are you keeping? And we have Ciara there as well, do we, Caroline?
Second now, she's here. Can you sit here?
Hello. Hi, Ciara.
Hi, Ciara.
So guys, my name is Molly, I'm from ORC, and Raul will be here today talking to you about his chosen topic. So I hope everyone is really excited. And Raul, you'll be able to share your screen as well, it's just the green button below.
Yeah, that's it.
Very good.
And I will wait. Okay, there. Can you see?
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, you can see the.
Yeah, we can see it perfectly. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so thanks so much. How are you doing? Ciara, so this in the screen I'm showing you a picture, the background that is the place where I live now and I'm working here. For this talk, first of all, English is not my first language, so if you don't understand something that I say, it's totally fine. Please ask me again to tell you, and I will repeat like happily, right? Because yeah, my English is not perfect, so
Okay.
just you know. We have two options in here for the talk, and so you can see two images in there. Can you recognize what is that in the screen? Yeah, do you hear me well?
We can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So there's two, I just prepared two little talks in here, and I want you to just follow the curiosity and tell me, like, we can see in the little blue square something like vapor going out. Do you know what's that? And in the other one, we have a track. So which one do you want to follow?
We want to follow this one, don't we? This one? You see the one on the left.
Which one? I can see.
Can you see this one? Yeah.
The track or the blue?
Not the turtle.
Sorry?
That one, yeah.
Yeah, but I can see it, so please tell me.
Okay.
The water-based one, is it, Caroline? With the
Yes.
Yeah.
What, the what?
The left one, I think. Yeah.
The yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. So we're going there. That one?
One, yes.
That one? Okay, yeah. Sorry, I can't really see. Okay, so what we saw in here, it's a blow. And that's the first thing that we find in the sea when we are looking for a big animal, that it's the whales. So what we are going to learn here, it's about how to follow the whales. If you have any question at any point, please tell me. So for this, I need my assistant, who is this guy. That the whales that we are looking at there are some like this. Do you know which kind of whale is this one? Have you ever seen one like this?
No.
Okay, so let me introduce you. This specific whale, it's named Pepino, because that's the name that a child that we have in here give it to this, because she had these little palms in the head, and they say that it seems like a cucumber, and cucumber it's pepino in Spanish. So that's this whale, and the species is a humpback whale. Have you heard about humpback whales? Yeah. Okay. So they have some characteristics that it's very easy to recognize them. So these ones are some of the words that we have seen in here, and I want to show you the main characteristic that you need to look to know that you have a humpback whale in front of you. So you can see those palms that I told you. This is the only way that have like this, and actually what they are they have inside a ear hair, are the only hairs that they have in the head, but it's like a tiny one that are very sensitive in here in the head. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are like reminiscence of what they were before, because you know which kind of animal it's a whale.
You know which kind of animal is a whale?
Kind of animal. They are mammals as us, so they have some hairs. They breathe from the air as us. They have lungs. They give beer from the belly as us also, and they have warm blood. So they are mammals, but they are adapted to live in the sea. And one of the specific characteristics of this whale is that it's the only one that have like those huge fins, like these ones that you can see in here. Uh, this is a small one, but how big do you think that this can be, a humpback whale?
Enormous.
They can grow
Really big.
like 15 meters.
Wow, 15
How big
meters.
are you?
We are
Yeah, they're huge.
1.5 meters, maybe.
Okay. So it can be like 7 times you. That's
Wow.
huge, right? And only the fin can be like 4 to 5 meters. So they are huge. And they use them to swim and also to zap in the surface and make noises to call another whales. They have also this dorsal fin that have a little hump in there, and when they are going to dive, they arch a lot, and that's what the name. Like you can see like this in the sea, and then they arching, and then when they go down, they show the fluke like this, and there is when we take the pictures of those beautiful flukes that you can see is the tail are are very particular in these wells. So this is the characteristics of this species. If you see them in the sea, you're going to recognize them. Do you think?
Yes.
No? Yeah? Okay. Okay, now I want to show you how do we study them here in Mexico. So this is our place is named Barra de Potosí. And first, you need a team. You need a lot of people to work with you because it's not easy work. You need to take a lot of data and do several stuff at the same time, right? So you need friends, a good captain, and some toys also that I want to show you here. So I told you that we took pictures of them. So we need a camera like this one, a big camera to take pictures of the fluke like this. When they show, we shoot and we take pictures of the tail.
Do you want to ask Raul?
Sorry?
Wants to know, do you use a submersible?
Can you say again, please?
Do you use a submersible? Do you go underneath?
Sometimes we use but the camera, you mean?
Yes.
Sometimes, but it's hard to because we don't get in the water with them. In here, it's not legal and for safety, and it's like you need to be really close to them when to record them underwater, and we try to keep distance to do a responsible sighting. Yeah, so we don't get that because like, sometimes we can, if they approach, we do use a Euro GoPro to record them, but it's not that common. Yeah, we need a radio to be safe in the sea and well communicated with our friends, and we need this. This is a GPS. So the GPS is a Euro tool like this that shows where we are in the world, and so we can know where are the west. It has a Euro compass here that tells like where exactly we are, so we don't get lost in the middle of the sea. It has a Euro map that shows where is the well and where are we going.
Okay.
So it's very important to have this. And do you know that the humpback whales sing?
Oh, did you know that they sang songs? Did.
They have songs, yeah? Okay, that's awesome. So I'm gonna talk about it a little later, but now I wanna show you the tool. So this is what we use to record it. This is a hydrophone. It's like a your microphone, but it's able to go underwater. We put it in the water with a long cable, and then we record the song, so we know how is the song every year and how it's changing and what are they saying to their friends. And the last one that I want to show you is this is a digital thermometer. Do you know what's a thermometer?
Yes. For reading
Yeah,
temperature.
it's for temperature, right? So it tells us how hot or cold is something. So if you can see, it's a little laser that I pointed in my hand. Yeah. So we pointed this, but we do it to the water, and we know how warm do the whales prefer the water when they are like, in this area. Yeah. So we put this to the water, and we know, yeah, like what's happening. Okay. So I told you that we take them pictures because for us it's very important to recognize them. They are animals, but each one has their own personality, and they are individuals that came to this area year to year. And as it's not that easy for us to know who is who, we need to take some pictures. And the way that we can identify each well is by the fluke that I showed you before. So these flukes
Yeah.
are unique for each well. They have different colors, they have different shapes and some scars and the other stuff that we use to recognize them. So in here I'm showing you the 5 kind of flukes, that the different colors that we can have, and it's the categories that we give them. So when we have a fluke that it's all black, like this one, we say that it's a category 5. When it's all white, it's category 1, right? So it's like going in the middle of half black and half white, it's a category 3, and it's like that. So it's not that important to go into the details, but you can see. So do you understand this part?
Yes.
Yeah. And now, do you think that you can find a match if I show you some flukes?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, we can try, right?
Okay.
So here I'm showing you some flukes, and I want you to play and to tell me if you can like find some similars in this. There's 8 image in there. If you can tell me number 1 with 4 or something like that. You think that they are similar?
Okay, so it's similar. Number 3 and number 7.
3 and 7, yeah. We got one.
Number
Yeah.
1 and number 8, is it?
Uh-huh. Do you agree, Ciara?
Number
1 to 8. Yeah. And how do you know that? What do you see on the flux to tell me that?
Did you say 2 and 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, are similar. Do you think so?
Well, 4, yeah, that's great. That's a good match. Those are the hard ones, the all black. So we need to look on the shape, on the contour of the flux. So those are the hard ones. But as you can see in here, right, these are different pictures for different years of the same was of some of them that are the same. So when we have a picture of the tail, we can recognize them and know how they travel, where do they go, because there's more people around the world taking pictures of these whales, so we can compare where are they going and know what's going on in their life. Right? So that's awesome. But it's not just a few. So there's a bunch of whales. It's a lot, and we compare all of these flukes to know a little bit of the history of them. And with those comparison that we do, we know a little bit more about their traveling. I told you that I'm here in Mexico, and so it's a little far away from where you are. And here is warm, and we have like tropical weather, so it's a little bit different and far away. But we are here in Mexico, and our neighbors are the United States, and the whales, we know because of those pictures that they eat in there in the north. Do you know what do they eat? No? Have you? What do you think that those big animals need to eat?
What do they need to eat? They eat fish or
Fish.
dolphin?
Yeah, small fish. They eat the small fish, like tiny ones.
They swallow them.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, they can do like bubble nets. Like they use their blowholes to make a circle of bubbles, and then they trap the fish with those, and they eat them like in coordination, like 5 whales at the same time, talking between them to organize a kind of hunting.
Did
That's
dolphins
incredible.
do something similar?
Sorry?
Do dolphins do something similar?
But yeah, there are some dolphins that do that, but in the sand, like they make circles, but
Yes.
it's usually like only between 2 dolphins that
Okay.
they do these little circles,
Uh-huh.
and then they trap the fish in the middle. But it's not exactly the same, but yeah, it's similar.
Similar. Okay, good.
Yeah. So they eat in the north, and they eat a lot. Like for 5 months, they are eating, getting fat because they need a lot of energy. Because when they travel to here, they don't eat. They travel all the way to the south where we are, and in the winter they can here, and then they have their babies. That photo that I am showing you there, it's a newborn baby. Look, it's a tiny whale, and a tiny whale it's about 3 meters. She's just newborn that we sell in here.
No.
3 meters a baby. Can you imagine that? Just crazy, right? It's huge. But they are vulnerable and tiny. if you can see, they have like those marks. They are so fluffy. The skin is still like soft, and the color is higher, more gray also. So we know that it's a pretty new well. And so the mom came to here, and they are feeding the baby, but the moms and the maids that came in the winter, they are not eating for 5 months. They are traveling, and they just don't eat anything. Like if they find something in the well, maybe they can, but usually they just like wait until the next summer.
It is
So
like this.
can you imagine like how the longer time that you have been without it, like 1 day, less than that maybe. So
12 hours.
imagine, yeah, imagine don't eat for 5 months.
So,
That's a lot, and they need for that to give a lot of energy, and then take it. And in here, I wanna show you like how do we sell the waste with a little from the ball, and also from a drone. We have a friend who is a pilot of drones. So what you are going to see is first two adults. That's how do we see from the air, and how do we see them from the boat. So it just awesome to be able to sell them the full body and or they're swimming and going there. It seems that there's nothing in the surface, but they are underwater, really near to the surface, and we have a lot of moms and babies in here. The babies are only 3 meters, 3 to 4, and they need to learn and to get stronger. So the moms are helping them. So they push them like that with the head. They keep the baby in here and help it to breathe and to go to the surface. And then sometimes the baby goes to this part of the well to eat, and they are resting and just taking care of their sensing in here. Do you like the video? Yeah. But how else do we say that, and do we know that it's a male or a female in the humpbacks? So I want to show you that it's so hard to tell just because of the size. They are not different also like in them, but if we are lucky and they show us the fluke and the ventral side, this part, they have. I told you that the moms are feeding the babies, right? They give them milk as us. They are mamas, so they give milk, but it's a more dense milk. It's almost like oil. It's so dense, and the way they feed it that the baby push like in here, they have the mama glands. So the baby push a little, and that stimulates the mom, and the mix come out, and the baby eat it. But it's not like because they don't have lips as us to suck, so they need to feed like that, like pushing and then taking the mix. So that's a difference that you can find between the males and the females. The females have those two little bits in there that are the mammal glands, and they need to push there, and it's a little closer to the tail, the genital area, than in the males. So that's a little hard to tell, but it's just a trick that we can use if we saw them. If we are lucky enough to saw them bridge like this, and we got a picture, sorry, then maybe we can see, but it's hard to tell if there's a lot of water in there. So in here, in the left, uh, we can see the belly button, like right behind of the strings that you see are the guttural marks. This like right at the end of those is the belly button in here, and then you go down, and in the males is closer, like the one in the right, and in the females is a little farther, like the image of the left. So we can guess with that, but it is hard to tell because they not of the breach, and also when they breach, we can fishing. We can go to fish DNA. Do you know what's DNA? Have you heard that word before? No? Well, not important. You will know later. But that's something that it's inside of that have all the information of who are you. So when they breach, they they breach like this, and if we are close enough, we can go with a little net, and they lose some skin. They they lose some skin, like when when we go to the beach, and then you get burned, and you lose some skin. It's like that. So when they smash the surface, when they jump, they lose some skin that keeps floating, and we can take it, and with that we can like know a lot of information of the whales, because we send it to a lab and they analyze it, and it tells us from where they came, and the sex and a lot of stuff. So it's pretty nice, and yeah, we don't have to like to hit them or anything to take a sample. And I told you before that the whales sing. The whales sing. Do you wanna hear a song? Yeah. Okay, so pay attention, and I want you to listen very well, and then if you can try to imitate a whale, right? So please pay attention. Let's see. That's a whale. They make funny noises sometimes. Sometimes it's beautiful.
Oh, sounds a bit fun. Are you the
You got it? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop it. Are you? So, from who do you think that they learn to sing?
Are you gonna learn everything then? No. No.
No, you don't wanna sing like that. Like,
You tried to think well and me know it.
so they don't need to pay attention to the other boys singing, because only the males are the ones who sing, and they do it to attract the females.
Oh.
And but it's something. It's a way. How do they share culture, because they create a song and then they share it between the males, and they learn from the other ones, and it can be like the fashion song the season. So they are like changing and improving the song each year, and it's a cultural transmission that they learn from different males, and they compete between them, like checking like who is the best girl and their friends, and that because it's a way they compete, like using a beautiful song to attract them and also to tell the others like
Isn't it? Mm. Yeah. So would you what's that?
learn the song like all over in Peru, and the song is pretty good. It can be changing the songs of the other whales all the way to here. My internet is not good. So I'm almost done with this. The last thing that I want to show you is how everything is linked and how important is the whales. I think it's something. Can you, Stacy? My connection is having.
We can see the small little
Yeah. Okay. So that's a small animal. It's a small shrimp, and it's called krill. Yeah. So the krill is the food for one of the. Wait. Something happened on my.
Hold on here. Down.
Screen is frozen.
You can see your screen, Raul. Your camera is frozen.
But it's screen. Wait. I'm gonna. You still see?
Yeah.
We can see.
Is changing the screen or not?
No, it's still just the same image.
Oh, I don't know.
Zoom is just telling me as well there, guys, that we only have 5 minutes left just because it's a 40-minute session. That's okay.
No, 5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah. 1 second now.
okay.
It was after freezing something.
Aww.
Yeah, well, I almost want. I just wanna show you because I can like the.
Oh, he's gone.
Where's he gone?
We lost him.
Lost
I think
Raul.
his internet might have gone.
Okay, no worries.
Unfortunately. We only had 5 minutes left in it anyway. So yeah.
That was great, Molly. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Caroline. And maybe if you want to, we could do it again. I don't know if Ciara had any questions or anything. We got cut off.
We have them all here.
Oh, maybe.
But we can do it. We can even send them through to you. It's actually they weren't so much about humpback whales. It was she wanted to talk about sperm whales actually, and she also wanted to ask, did Raul ever see a mermaid?
No, I'm sure he's seen loads. They're very good at hiding, though, is the only thing.
Yeah, oh, no. Did you hear Molly? She said they're really good at hiding.
They're so good at hiding.
Well, if Molly said they're hiding, that might.
And some of them live really deep down the ocean. That's why we can't see them all the time. If you try really hard, you might be able to see one day when you're snorkeling or swimming in the sea.
Yes, maybe so. Maybe so. Molly, thanks.
Thank you so much, Caroline. I will get on to Raul there now and see, and even if we could do it again, maybe a shorter session for the questions, and if not, even if you want to send them on, he can send you some information back as well.
No worries. Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks so much again. Bye, Ciara. Thank you.